Yep.
Okay, give it a couple minutes. Let's just figure out topics real quick, and then we'll put this together. So we're going to talk quickly about newsletter with Taylor. We can do newsletter with Taylor and then releasing quickly on Sundays and the feedback with that, just so we highlight the two of them.
Yep.
And then we can talk about his applying for jobs post. One second. Anna, do you have anything you want to talk about?
Let's see. What's new? College football?
College football has been very interesting.
I know nothing about that at all. I haven't even heard anything about it, so you guys can educate me on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to think what else is going on.
Okay. So releasing on Sunday. Okay, and then we'll do Taylor selling his slingshot,
Oh yeah,
and then we'll call that good. That should be plenty.
beautiful.
We got 10 people now.
Let's go.
Any
Fire it
questions
up.
for us before we get started, people? What? Just got off work with some good old group chat. Look at this. People get the early group chat on Sunday, and now they're ready for Monday.
Every day, hit them from every angle.
Literally. We're on every platform, like 9 times over. Mr. E.T.
Pete, how long till you get on Instagram Reels?
I don't believe in it. I don't think it'll work. It's annoying. I don't want to be on it.
You should try some from the group chat page.
Yeah, I just made I'm going to start making TikToks and just putting them on there until TikTok gets banned, and then figure out whether to go to Triller or if we just stay with Reels.
Yeah.
Because I was just going to do the green screen thing at least like once a day, talking about some story we have.
Yeah, that's the move.
Because other than that, I don't want to waste my time just trying to do something trendy.
Did you see the article D posted? How like you can already hack Reels views? Like you can get like millions of views or something. I didn't read it yet, but I haven't.
No, I have to. That's right up my alley. I'm very intrigued.
Where did he share it to?
Twitter.
All right, I got to check that out.
Anand, who do you have matching up in the NBA Finals?
Who do I have in the finals? I gotta go with the Lakers. That's at least I'm hoping for it. Lakers, Bucks. I'm not being too original.
Oh, good. When did he share it?
Earlier today. It's pretty early in the morning. I saw it right when I woke up.
Ooh. Interesting. We'll have to find that. I'm not surprised, though. Why wouldn't they use that hack just to make it seem like everybody's going viral?
Wait,
course.
On there, you know what I mean? Who is Scott? I think some kid just tried to I don't know how he got our link or how that works.
You try to join?
Hold on. Who the fuck are you?
I'm Taylor's roommate, or was Taylor's roommate.
Oh, Scott, how did you get on here?
Yeah, how does that
You put the
work?
link up in the swipe. I was about to go for a run.
Wait,
Oh,
the
is that
link
the
up
wrong?
on-
Oh, that's the wrong link. That's
Oh,
the
Jesus.
place to go to here.
Yeah,
What's up, Scott?
Oh, nice.
nothing much.
Hey,
I'm about to
Scott.
go running.
Pete, Scott has a friend that thinks you're hot and wants to hook up with you. He's the one that hit me up about that.
Nice.
Male or
Is he
female?
hot?
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I'll let you guys go.
Hey,
Hang out
thanks,
with
Scott.
us.
We're gonna
I
redo
haven't seen you for
the
a while.
swipe up.
Yeah.
Where do you guys live together in LA or in Massachusetts?
No, we lived together in
Yes.
college. Yeah, we lived in Scott's crack den.
Yeah, those were the days. Yeah. And now
Scott's
I'm
crack
just living
den.
it up in New York City.
Nice. What do you do for a living?
I work for Booking.com.
Got it.
Booking. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Can you give us some internal stuff? What's going on before your next earnings call? Is it going up
Nope.
and down?
Not funny, Taylor.
Come on.
No.
How about any
assume-
industry trends you're seeing?
What?
Yeah, with hotels in New York. Tell us about hotels in New York.
Take a look at the news. It's a very interesting time to be in the city.
Can you give us
No.
any information about your job whatsoever?
Nothing's going on right now.
So, earnings call.
Yeah, we're okay.
Down.
Oh,
We had it last week.
You heard it here first.
Old news.
Oh, and how'd you guys do?
Old news. Anyway.
Looks like
Enjoy.
you're laying off 25% of your employees.
Yeah.
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 Interesting.
Are you worried?
We'll see. But alrighty. Enjoy the show, guys.
All right,
best of
you can,
luck. Enjoy your run.
I switched to swipe up, so now I can go to the actual one. Okay. That was a good thing he came in and fixed that.
I love how he just
Okay.
joined straight up. He's like, "What's up? I'm gonna come join."
Yeah. Well, I can add them in. It allows me to add them in individually. So now we can just hop in. But okay, let's just kick it off,
Scott
and
was-
then we
he's
can
my,
get going.
college roommate. the king of
Interesting.
New
How
York.
long's it been?
Since I've seen him or talked to him, or since
Talked to
college. He hits him all the time. He like calls me about group chat stuff all the time, and he's just like, What is Pete's thoughts on this?" And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck Pete's thinking about this.
What topics is he asking for Pete's thoughts versus the rest of ours?
He really likes Pete. Actually, no, Anand, you're his favorite. He always tells me, he's like, Anand's the only one I truly listen to and trust because he knows what he's really talking about. But then he's obsessed with Pete. He likes asking about Pete all the time.
So me and Pete should do a spin-off group chat pod, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, noted. We'll figure that out once we get more people in here to help us. Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just get started. And then we can get rolling. Everybody in the stream, if you have questions, feel free to throw them on the side throughout, and then we'll answer some at the end as well. All right, guys, welcome back to Behind Closed Doors. Today is August 10th. We have a Taylor offer per usual, and we have Anand back on. We have a lot of fun and exciting things to talk about per usual. A couple big things right away. So let's just dive right in. Taylor, it happened this morning. I was a little concerned. I thought something happened. There was no newsletter. Come to find out, there's a strategy behind this. Talk me through the newsletter. Why did we not get one this morning?
Well, first I want to see if people would react to one because I take it very seriously, getting out every day, and I just want to see if people would be freaking out about it. But I think it's better to dive deeper into newsletters and not dilute the quality at all, and have extremely high quality newsletters that are coming maybe once a week. But when they're coming, it's going to be something that you want to really dive into and read. It'll be a topic that can be talked about across everywhere. So we want to be able to dive deeper and really put that time and energy into it to make every newsletter absolutely amazing. And that's the new strategy going forward.
Love it.
Do you want to make like those really, really long newsletters that are like 4 or 5 scrolls long, or just like a beefy one?
Yeah. So like end of the day, it's like, I think I'm not going to beat people on breaking the news per se.
Right.
But I think with the best feedback we've gotten, as I've gotten myself on the newsletter, and then it's group chats gotten as a pod, is I think it feels like the best feedback I've heard is when we find something like pretty interesting, like when D talks about tipping and Doc's all about tipping, or when I'll do a deep dive on like the business model behind this or something, where it's like we can go really deep and it's almost groundbreakingly deep, that people share that and like start a conversation around that.
Great. Love it.
Yeah, I completely agree. It makes it a lot more interesting. Definitely adds value. So we'll be getting different newsletters. Do we have a date for the first one? Sometime this week?
Well, yeah. So there'll be one this week. I'm thinking about a couple different topics to write about. I really want to do a deep dive into how all the lists are bullshit, like Forbes Under 30, Inc. 5000, just expose all of it and like how it's all application fees and just like the business model behind it. And this whole thing, like contributor network, like for Forbes, like how I got accepted for it, to write for Forbes, but I have to pay $2,500 to write for them. And I just want to kind of expose this, but it might be too hard and a little intense. But yeah, I have a couple ideas brewing. So hopefully,
Forbes is just one big scam.
Yes.
None of the lists are real. Nothing is real.
Crazy. And same with Inc. So the Inc. 5000 list, you have to pay a $300 application fee. And if you just simple math, let's say 10,000 companies apply and half get chosen, 10,000 times 300, like what is that? 300,000 or 3 million? That's significant revenue.
Can we do our
Just
own
to
list?
apply.
That's what I'm
We
saying.
really
We should for the new year. We should do our own list.
Let's do 40 under 40 of like every industry, sports, entertainment.
Push. Yeah, and then the craziest hack about that is the people you put on the list are usually influencers or people with big followings. They post about you for free. So instead of asking them to post about you,
It's a great.
they post about you because you're promoting them. So you're both just
No, it's a great feedback loop. We need to do this to
the
group
lists are
chat.
genius.
We should
Yeah,
do it,
we
and
need
we
that-
should do it the
the
Taylor.
ultimate list.
We should do it the Taylor offer way, where we just stick somebody that shouldn't be in there, either way below or way above where they should be, and just create a lot of controversy out of it, and then piss a lot of people off.
Or we
like
just
Scooter
do
Braun, like below everyone else on our list, or someone like super random, just to throw shade and just be like,
We
wait,
could
what?
put
Like
Tim.
Taylor offers higher than Scooter Braun?
Tim is the best magician in the world. Highest selling.
Yeah. It's like Tim, The Weeknd, Drake.
Yeah,
I think we do need to do lists. I like that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Noted. All right. So we'll be releasing our own list. Look out for it, 40 under 40. We'll put some more structure to it. We'll figure it out. We have a website to put it out on, but we'll figure that out. Something else cool that we're doing now is releasing on Sundays. Twitter's been going off about it. Twitter likes it. Our Twitter family is all over it. What are you guys hearing about it as far as feedback goes about releasing on Sundays and releasing like the day of our podcast now?
I think people love it. I'm getting great feedback, great comments, great responses from everyone. I think with quarantine, no one has a routine anymore.
Yeah.
So they just want content. So whether it's Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, Monday morning, there's not that traditional drive to work, subway, train, whatever people are using, and people aren't flying. So I think it's just sporadic the way people consume content, period. And I've noticed other big podcasters just doing that more. That they used to have a set schedule, and now they're just releasing whenever they have good content. So I think it's good we're doing the same.
I'm finding that
I
I'm just
agree.
consuming.
Fully.
Oh, go ahead.
You go, Pete.
I found that I'm just consuming podcasts as well, just like randomly. It's only like when I get in the car. It's not even like when I'm at home. Maybe when I'm getting ready in the morning, if there's like nothing else entertaining, that's the only time I listen to podcasts. Because it's so random now.
What?
I'm just like, I don't even know when they release anymore.
Yeah, I think it's a big shift for the podcast world in a positive way, because I think podcasts up until Corona and quarantine were only used. You only listen to podcasts when you're going somewhere or doing something where it's like, oh, I'm driving, I'm going to listen to a podcast, or going to the gym, I listen to a podcast. And it wasn't really seen as a form of entertainment the way you do like on a Sunday night, like you watch TV or scroll Instagram, whatever. But I think people are consuming podcasts in different places now and in different ways, and it's awesome, especially like on Sunday nights. Like, at least for me and everyone I know, like, we used to only I would listen to a podcast when I was working out or when I was driving somewhere. But now it's like my main form of entertainment. So that's why Sunday night, it's like, that's my thing to look forward to Sunday night. The same way I used to look forward to the Michael Jordan documentary every Sunday. Now I look forward to Group Chat podcast.
Yeah, I caught myself listening to group chat last night. I like to listen to our episodes just to see how we come across. And last night I was like, oh, great, I'm bored. I have nothing to do. And I started listening to group chat.
So you listen to group chat back? Do you listen to it every time back?
Not every time, but I try to do it somewhat often.
Yeah.
You're
Even
like
when
an
I
NFL player watching the film. That's how you get better.
Yeah,
That's great.
You got to see the takes and see what I need to fix for the next one.
Yeah.
What are some lessons you've taken?
I think early on, it took me a while just to be comfortable. I'll hear things that like D says that I think are good points, or Drama says, or I just kind of take it in. I just want to make sure we're not sounding stupid. That's really what the point of me re-listening. And if I hear something that I'm like, oh, we shouldn't have said that, or that was a mistake, then I'll be like, okay, no for the future.
Yeah. Let's see. So we're, for those listening and watching later on, so we're live on Twitch right now, but somebody did say in the comments that podcast plus work from home has been huge. No coworkers interrupting me at the office. It's what, I mean, if you have the work where you can just listen to podcasts and work along, that's really great to do it too.
Yeah, I mean, Drama was saying he just has Joe Rogan on in the background while he's working all day.
Yeah, I
That's-
generally will have YouTube videos and other things playing while I'm doing like random tasks that don't require me to pay attention, really. So interesting. Let's keep moving on. Another really funny one that I wanted to get to, because I saw this on Twitter when Taylor tweeted it out from his original post on LinkedIn. So Taylor, I'll let him dive into it deeper himself, but he put a post out on LinkedIn talking about applying for jobs. I think the post went something like, instead of applying for 500 jobs, really focused in on just applying for 5. And of course, everybody and their mom had a take on it. And especially on a platform like LinkedIn, where it's completely filled with professionals, we got a lot of funny takes. So Taylor, what you take away with this one? I'll let you run away with it.
Yeah, so this one's going pretty crazy viral. Within 24 hours, it's already got like 250,000 views on it, which is insane for LinkedIn. So usually the views they grow over like the week. So this one will probably get over 1 million, probably close to 2 million views on it. And
That's crazy.
all the top comments are people just absolutely shitting on me, saying this is the worst advice ever. Pretty much what I was saying is people just click apply to 500 different jobs and they're like, I didn't get any jobs. And it's like, no shit, you just clicked apply, you barely tried. Whereas instead of putting the effort into 500 jobs, apply for 5, really network with people at the company, understand the role inside and out, and really know everything there is to know about that job and those people at the company. And if you put that effort into applying to 5 jobs, you have a better chance of getting hired. And everyone's like, you're telling people not to go apply for jobs in this economy is such a bad take. You're tone deaf. You're on a different planet. This is ridiculous. But I've realized, like, all my top posts on LinkedIn, all the top comments are against the post and saying that the post is stupid. So I think there's something here with the controversy. Controversy just grows.
So, my LinkedIn take is, well, first to your job post, I actually agree with you. I think it's absolutely stupid to apply for 500 jobs and just randomly applying to shit that you have no interest in for the sake of getting a job, rather than actually finding something you're going to be good at and you'll actually have a proper career. So I don't think your take was controversial whatsoever, and I think the morons of LinkedIn are just reflecting that they're idiots. Secondly, I have a hot take. LinkedIn is a net negative for businesses, similarly to Instagram being a net negative for society.
Wow.
Wait, sorry. Say it again. It was a net negative for what? It broke up.
Net negative for businesses, for the actual business, not for the actual individual. And the reason
Why
I say
is it a
that,
net negative?
so I think it forced people to be very concerned about job titles because they want to put on their LinkedIn that they're VP of engineering or VP of this, and they care about all this like superficial shit rather than just being really good at your job. And then you have these LinkedIn warriors, typically post MBAs, that are just searching for job titles to switch to get the next higher paying job.
Yep.
Bouncing around from company to company and hiding in middle management, getting paid 6 figures, not doing shit.
I mean, I can't disagree with that take, because I definitely agree with it in that form, where it's too much emphasis on the title and people care way too much about that, and they're title chasing more or less so they can come in at a different level for their next job. So I can see that fully. I mean, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, we see it in our own companies. Like, people at reviews are so concerned about, oh, can I change my title? And like, our perspective was, you don't give a fuck what you call yourself. Call yourself the CEO. As long as you make us more money, make us more money. But unfortunately, they're just using us to game us for the next job, and it sucks for the company.
Right. And it's funny because like I am a prime example of that. Well, in a way, I don't have a title here. I do too many dumb things. I don't even know. When people ask me what I do, I don't know. So I just gave myself a creative director role. I have no idea. But somebody told me the other day, they're like, congrats on the promotion. And I was like, I never got promoted. I just like gave myself a title finally, just so I could be categorized.
How long would it take for D to find out if Pete changed his title on LinkedIn to CEO of 5-4 Group?
Oh, it could be there for a while. I mean, I park in the CEO spot, so I might as well change my LinkedIn title to CEO of 5-4 Group.
You probably wouldn't even care. I mean, and it's crazy how much emphasis people put on titles and think they matter so much.
Yeah.
Where it's just like anyone who's actually doing anything, they're like, title doesn't matter. It's actually funny. TikTok and that new generation, or like the Gen Zers, make fun of boomers so much, and even my generation for it. Because have you heard of the troll on TikTok when it's like, I'm the CEO of this or CEO of that?
Right.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Pete? They
Yeah.
just call themselves the CEO of everything. So Pete would be like, if you wanted to troll me right now, I'd be like, oh, Taylor, yeah, you're the CEO of driving U-Hauls, huh? And it's just like, that's their way to make fun of everyone on LinkedIn. And it's like, oh, yeah, you're the CEO of setting up live streams, aren't you? So
I mean, it
like
was the
how
same.
Gen Z's even trolling us about titles.
And I think it's funny how they like fall into that same idea with entrepreneurship, because essentially when that big boom started happening with entrepreneurs, everybody and their mom was calling themselves an entrepreneur. But like, what were you really? Were you an entrepreneur, or were you just calling yourself one? It's the same thing with CEO. Like, yeah, everybody's like a CEO. You know, it's just like it's an overused term now.
Yeah, there's too much emphasis on bossing up. Everyone wants to boss up. Why don't people just work?
Yeah, shut up and work.
I don't think you're not allowed to have a CEO title unless you have like over 20 employees or you're doing over $2 million in revenue. Otherwise, you're not CEO. You're a founder, and which is okay to call yourself a founder or whatever. But I love the people that are just like, oh yeah, I'm the CEO of 4 different companies, and I'm like, oh, you are? That's really cool. So like, you just made up 4 different LLCs and you're the CEO. They're like, no, I need to make LLCs for them. There's concepts. It's just people are the CEO of everything.
We've had people ask for job title changes, and then 3 months later, we're like, we don't, because honestly, we don't give a fuck what people call themselves. And 3 months later, they'll come with the report saying, you know, the typical salary for someone with this job title is this. And we're like, we just gave you the title because we don't give a fuck. We're trying to ask for more money.
I've had that same thing happen to us at Feet. It's so the same exact thing happened.
That's good stuff.
Even as somebody of my own self who's generally new to a professional career, I have a clear understanding that's not how you fucking do things, and it's like it's not a hard concept to understand.
Yeah, I mean, the only way to get ahead is to work hard and actually have results, because longer term, you're going to get sniffed out if you're just playing this kind of tricky game of fooling people.
Yeah, and it's like back to the applying thing. I went through that same thing. I applied to 1 million jobs, and the one fucking job I got was because I listened to a podcast and I knew everything about it. That was like the only reason I'm here, is because I went from applying to 500 jobs and finding one central or one very specific one that made sense.
Yeah,
definitely.
So we're on the side of Taylor. Don't apply for 500 jobs. Just apply for 5 good ones. Fuck all you on LinkedIn that are saying anything different, because we don't like you. Let's move on to the last one real quick. College football. College football is going crazy right now. We have Trevor Lawrence and the other guy from Ohio State saying they want to play. We're about to have a whole new conference playing with eligibility included, meaning they won't count for this year if they do play. And it's just going to be a slush of different teams. And the SEC is trying to get a TV network deal put together. This is all happening and today, since this morning, things started coming out about it. Anand, what's your hot take on this? We'll kind of chime in.
I think it's so terrible that college football is now political football. So now it's basically become, Donald Trump said we have to play college football.
He said play college football.
All his lapdog Republicans now have to tweet that they want to play college football, or they want college football to be played. And unfortunately, this is a much more complex issue. The universities that have the money to be able to provide a proper environment and test can pull this off, but it's definitely not 120 Division I college football teams.
Right.
I think even the MAC, like, teams are like, we don't even have the money to test. We're shutting this down. Like, they don't make enough money for it to make sense. And it sounds like the SEC is going to play, and it sounds like schools, other big programs, are going to try to do this one mega conference with all the schools that do want to play. There's no one really to blame other than the fact that we did a shitty job of managing the virus, and these are the ripple effects. Now people are saying, oh, we should play, let these kids play, they're not going to die, but kids also aren't going to listen. They're going to go home to their grandparents, lie to them about, like, hey, I've been quarantined and I'm getting tests every day, and then fucking grandpa's going to check out because the kid lied or whatever. And, like, you can't trust teenagers. These kids are, like, 6 years younger than you, Pete. Who's telling 18-year-old people to do Wisconsin football? You ain't listening to nobody.
Nobody.
And the kids aren't getting paid, which is the craziest part. They're risking their lives and their family lives to not get paid $1 from the biggest to go support to make money for the NCAA. That's the biggest scam of all time.
And the funny thing is the biggest stars I get they're tweeting they want to play and they have the right to, but the biggest stars are still going to get drafted next year and make millions of dollars. So if I'm a huge star, like just punt, you're going to get paid. The NFL is waiting for you. The NFL is going to be around in 2 years. So it's just there's no unified kind of vision on how to reopen the country and all these different things that everything is dysfunctional. We can't talk about anything and actually try to find a solution. The NBA is the only thing that has found a solution. It's in a fucking bubble. You don't have a bubble, the virus flies. Even though the kids aren't dying, they're going to kill other people that are older and have pre-existing conditions.
Yeah, it's going to get really ugly. It's going to get really ugly fast. I also did see, who just got Joe Burrow. He made an interesting tweet. I don't really know how this really applies. Because like if we don't play football, you get your year of eligibility, you'll be fine. But he did say too, I'd be fighting to play because if it weren't for me playing last year, I might be looking for a job right now. Meaning that he might not even be in the NFL because he didn't have a breakout season till last season that put him at that number 1 pick or whatever he got drafted in top 5.
Right. He would have been in the NFL, but he would not have $40 million guaranteed.
No. So it's like there's also that look at it. Like, are some people like literally losing their one opportunity? I don't know, because you'll get your eligibility, it sounds like, back, so you'll still be able to play that extra season that you might have missed out on this year. But yeah, it's very interesting how this is playing out and how this can be rippled into society as well.
Yeah, no, it's a complete clusterfuck,
to say the least. And the fact that I hate every time Trump chimes in and makes it political. The second he says anything about the topic, it becomes political then.
He purposely did it because swing states want to play football.
Yes.
What are the swing states? Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio. And they come October when there's no Saturday college football, they'll be like, Trump's trying to get us to play, and the Democrats aren't letting us play.
Yeah. It is funny because the Big Ten, and I mean, I just saw the Badgers coming out with it, but the Big Ten announced last week their schedule. And now this week they're saying on tomorrow, it leaked from some insider knowledge that they're now canceling the season come tomorrow. They're going to make an announcement. But last week they announced the schedules. So I'm like confused. Yeah,
it's bad leadership across the board.
So will there be an NCAA football season, yes or no?
I think the SEC is going to try to play. So you'll have like 15 to 20 teams all figure out one conference and they're going to play.
Which will be interesting though, because if they do get away with it and they do end up playing and shit just goes awry for them, I don't know what kind of ramifications that'll have for NCAA football for these colleges, but I think they'll play at least a couple weeks before something bad happens.
Yeah, and if you're a star at one of these other schools like USC or Stanford or on Oregon where they're not going to play, and then everyone's just seeing film from the SEC guys, you have no shot at getting drafted compared to those guys. It's what have you done for me lately is how we live in this society.
But do we even have a draft if we don't have a full NCAA?
The NFL goes on, Pete. The NFL can't be told shit.
We won't even have. We'll have a 1-round draft because we'll only have enough players that'll want to be drafted for one fucking round.
You tell Jerry Jones he's not having a draft. See what he says.
Yeah. You won't ever see me around anymore. I'll be fucking killed off or something. Interesting. Okay, so that'll be very interesting to see how that plays out. We'll keep everybody up to date. Make sure you follow us on all of our socials. We'll be giving plenty of hot takes and updates from those. Lastly, to kick this episode, to end the episode, Taylor's deciding to sell a slingshot. So this is his Craigslist post for anybody looking for a slingshot. I've ridden in it a couple of times. It is extremely dangerous, but it is fun. So if you're looking for one, he's selling one.
It's for sale. I have to rip the wrap off first, which takes forever, but I'm ripping the wrap off, and it's a 2015 Polaris slingshot. Holler at me. You want a stupid car that you can't really take anywhere and that no girls like to drive in because it messes up their hair.
So Taylor, I think you're screwed in Austin. I got some bad news for you. So there's a hierarchy from Silicon Valley of where people are moving because everyone's in San Francisco. So if you're a tech founder / billionaire VC partner that makes millions and millions of dollars, you're going to Malibu. And you're in Malibu, you're in Bel Air, you're in Beverly Hills. If you're a engineer that is at like Postmates, Shopify, or Slack. They're all going to Austin, buddy. Prices are going up.
Yeah, so it's crazy. Like even I got outbid on all these houses. Then even I was renting houses, and I'm like looking at renting like a 2 or 3 bedroom place, fully furnished, and a lot of them they were asking in the 3,000 a month, and I got outbid on all of them. One of them I bid 4,000 a month on, and I got outbid on like a 2-bedroom house, which is insane. So it's wild right now. I'm trying to buy, but it just the property taxes and everything. I don't know, but yeah, it's crazy. Austin's hot.
And
really
especially if state income tax goes from 13 to 16%, California will be a ghost town. But LA won't. Everyone's still willing to get ripped on taxes here, but San Francisco's gone.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I was computing the numbers, and versus Texas, you have no state income tax. It's a pretty wild difference.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Like a guy like Joe Rogan, let's assume he makes $50 to $100 million a year. That'd be $16 million.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, I don't know if that's what he makes.
I got ears on the street right now. We're at Central Indio Fairgrounds. We're on Monroe Street. I don't know if this looks familiar to you guys, but we're about to pass Coachella.
Let's get what's up here. Out of the Ferris wheel.
There is no Ferris wheel right now. Unfortunately, Coachella Valley looks pretty dry, pretty desolate.
Oh,
it's not good. Your golf game getting better?
Yeah, I'm actually getting a lot better at golf. I went golfing the other day. I mean, when I say a lot better, I mean I'm shooting under 100 now, which is an accomplishment. I used to be horrible. At least I hit the ball straight now. I don't lose any balls, so that's important.
It's positive. At least you're going somewhere with it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Do we have anything else to add before we close out the episode?
I think that's it.
Well, we taking any questions?
Yeah, we're going to take some. So for those listening, post our live stream Twitch here, or Twitch stream, and those listening, make sure you check us out on Twitch. We're going live for all of our episodes, plus winners losers content on Thursday. So we're going to end the podcast right now, but then we're going to answer some questions here on the live stream for the next couple of minutes. So if you don't follow us on Twitch and or engage us on Twitch, you better get over there and do that. So we're going to end the episode now. Boom. Great. Now we can answer some questions. Somebody was asking something about, the question is, are the student athletes or are they unpaid employees who just get taken advantage of?
Absolutely.
Yes.
The stars are completely getting taken advantage of. But
they all are. Yeah.
Can you apply
the
for
money
unemployment?
Oh, no, they can't apply for unemployment if that's the question.
What were you going to say, Taylor?
I mean, just the money that the universities and NCAA makes off them is absolutely insane in terms of ticket sales and jersey sales. And it's such bullshit when they're like, oh, we're not selling your likeness when we're selling USC jersey number 5. Like, that's a Reggie Bush jersey. Everyone fucking knows it's a Reggie Bush jersey.
It's the biggest load of shit.
Yeah. Each team has like a few numbers that the stars are always wearing. And that's by design.
Yeah. I mean, they're just cheating people out. I feel like some shit's about to really change, either next year or the year after. We're about to have a big turn. Taylor, somebody call you the CEO of Snakes. How do you feel about that comment?
Okay. I've got worse on my LinkedIn.
Somebody called me the Billy McFarland of group chat. I don't know how that equates exactly.
Dude, speaking of Billy McFarland, yeah, there's the government seized all their assets, so they seized all the shirts and all the merch from the Firefest, and they're selling it for sale right now. So you can go buy like a lot of all like the initial. You can buy like 100 or a couple hundred of all the hats and the shirts and all the merch Firefest had that the government seized. That's a good resale opportunity. Someone was tweeting about it.
Where do you find it?
Someone tweeted a link. I can send it to you guys.
Send it to me.
I mean, they weren't cheap. It was like $5 or $6 a hat, but like those fire hats, like sound $40 each.
I agree. I think kids can resell that for sure.
Yeah.
Interesting. What else do we got? Oh, we have the giveaway for last week. We had two pretty funny comments. Stay well fitted said Pete looks like a minor league baseball sideline reporter holding that mic. I was holding one last week, and he said Taylor looks like the before picture in a Supercuts commercial. There was another really funny one. This Cam Bowers guy goes, Taylor is like the high school bully character in the 80s who just stands behind the main bully and repeats what he says. Pete is a pale, white, oversized Lego man who stomps around in all of Josh's prototypes, never taking his shoes off while sitting on his friends' couches.
Interesting.
Oh, that one wasn't that funny. Sorry, Cam.
Just it wasn't as funny, but Cam, he just really went deep. I think he was taking it personal. I don't know why, but it felt pretty personal. All right, cool. So those are our two winners. If you want to hit me up, go ahead and hit me up at Group Chat Pod. Just email me, groupchatnews@gmail.com. We'll get you your shoes over to you. Make sure you always stay with us on stream. We'll be giving away more stuff in the future. Maybe Taylor will give away some sweatshirts one day.
One day. They're
How
too
are the pants?
expensive.
Yeah.
Dude, the pants are fucking sick. We're actually selling a ton of pants right now. Pants are awesome.
Fuego.
Because everyone's just lounging all day.
And people are about to go back. The colder weather is about to roll in. This is the perfect time for it.
Yes,
This is going for so much on the auction. I found it. One long sleeve is going for $230.
I think is that not a lot? Is that not 100?
Oh, is it a lot? I'm trying to see. It doesn't say.
I think it was hard. I think some were sold by lots and some were sold individually.
It says, hold on. Lot 1. Bid 45. Oh, it's not. It doesn't say how many are in a lot.
Interesting. I still think it's a great play to license like Firefest and like license like Enron and license all these companies that like went under or just like huge scams and just get their license and make some merch for them.
I think so.
I mean, yeah, it has all the clout in the world behind it. Like there was a Fire Festival line, I'd think about buying something, but other people definitely would pull trigger.
For sure. And you mix in like a cool designer, like a Fire Festival X, like blah, blah, blah collab.
Right. Like think how funny it would be. I mean, like who's a big designer? Like some big designer
Virgil.
just got his hands on it. Yeah, say Virgil put an off-white collab out with Fire Festival. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah, that'd sell.
All right, last question real quick. I got a blue check on my Insta. Does that make me relevant in 2020? Can I put that on my resume? No, nobody cares. I saw a woman the other day in our messages. She had 400 followers and a blue check. It does not matter anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, blue checks are overrated.
Got it.
It used to be a great flex, but now everyone's verified.
Yeah. Or it's a matter of if you know somebody at Instagram to get you verified.
That was definitely the hustle.
Speaking of which, yeah, maybe I'm gonna go get verified just to start flexing again. I'm gonna go talk to some people.
See who you can talk to. So you can weasel it into. Okay, that's gonna do it for us. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys come back on Thursdays for winners, losers, and content. We'll be back live again on Wednesday for our next episode of Behind Closed Doors. That's it. That's all. Anything else?
That's it.
We out.
See you guys.